commercial again. Don't you reckon that guy looks just like Dad?
Debbie, will you cut it out? I hate when you're Bob Brown channels like this.
What's the problem? There's no commercials on at the moment.
Yeah, find one of those clothes or cosmetics ones and you'll stay on that and I'll miss the program when it starts again.
So what? You know what happens in a country practice? Someone will be really sick for 40 minutes and Dr. Terrence will come and save him, and then the matron Sloane will be strict, lovable, and Frank Gilroy will do a lot of frowning.
He only wants to see it because he's got the hots for Kate Raisin.
I haven't got the hots for her. I just happen to think she's a very fine, dramatic actress, that's all.
Yes, and she wears very fine, dramatic, tight jeans.
Oh, that too, but only when it's essential to the plot. Oh, damn, you're too late. See, we missed her. She just walked out the door.
Keep it down, will you, kids?
Oh, well, Kate won't be back for long. I'm going to get a snack. Does anyone want anything?
No, thanks.
No, thanks.
You have Dad?
Keep it down, will you, kids?
Well, I can't promise it.
Dad, I said, would you like something from the kitchen?
Hey? Oh, no thanks, Simon. Jennifer, what are you doing here?
I'm supporting Australian drama, Dad. I think it's important that we all do that, don't you?
Have you done your homework?
Of course I have.
All of it?
Most of it.
How much of most of it?
I've done all my English homework.
Jennifer, one subject does not constitute all your homework. Now go to your room and get on with it.
Dad, the matron is about to be strict but lovable.
Go!
Okay, I'm going. Don't know why you send me that to school anyway. All they do is give me work to do at home.
Oh, God, it's like trying to prize a limpet off a rock. Jenny, go!
What?
Oh, what have you got there?
Some of that chocolate cake.
Oh, yum. Can I have a taste?
Debbie asked you if you wanted a piece and you said no.
You said you were getting a snack.
So?
So, everyone knows a snack means cheese and biscuits or a peanut butter sandwich. You didn't say you were getting chocolate cake.
All right, I'll get you a piece.
No, it's all right. I'll have a taste of yours. You don't mind.
I do mind. Why do women always do that?
What?
We ask them if they want something and they say no, and when you get something for yourself, they say, oh, I just have a taste of yours. It's a typical feminine reaction.
And that's a typical male statement. You can't generalise like that about women.
It's true, isn't it, Dad? They all do it, don't they?
Keep it down, will you, kids?
So he agrees with me.
He didn't agree. He said, keep it down, kids.
Well, that's just because his mind's on other things, but if it wasn't, he'd agree with me, all right?
Simon, what's the big deal? I just want a taste of your cake. You don't need it all.
Debbie, I cut the amount of cake that I felt like. I want this much cake. The amount of cake that's on this plate is the amount that I had in mind. I didn't go out there thinking, I'll cut this amount of cake, less a little taste that Debbie wants.
You're so incredibly greedy.
I'm not greedy. I asked you if you wanted a piece. I want this much cake. My mouth is ready for it.
Hi, Debbie. Hi, Simon. Hi, Mr. Kelly.
Keep it down, will you, kids?
Hi, Debbie. Hi, Simon.
Hi, Nudge.
Nudge.
Oh, wow. I'm just in time to see Kate Raisin.
Oh, she really is a fine dramatic actress.
She hasn't said anything yet.
But it's the way she hasn't said it. You know, if there were more park rangers like her, the environment would be safe.
Yeah. Well, where do you suppose she buys those jeans? Good cake, Simon.
You're eating my cake.
It's all right. I only had a little taste.
Hey? What happened?
Oh, it's finished, Dad. You missed it.
Oh, damn. Was Kate in it this week?
Yes, Dad.
Did she bring her usual depth, warmth and credibility to the role of the park ranger?
She certainly did.
Yeah, she's wearing those jeans again.
Oh, damn.
Don't you guys think of anything else but good-looking women in tight jeans?
Yes, of course we do, don't we, Simon?
Oh, I certainly do.
Well, I certainly don't.
The fact that I'm mildly annoyed has got nothing to do with Kate Raisin. I'm just a little disappointed because I missed the program for no good reason. Does anyone want any more cake and coffee?
Not for me, thanks, Dad.
No coffee for me, thanks, Mr. Kelly.
Just cake.
Just the cake.
What about you, Deborah?
Oh, no thanks, Dad. I'll have a little taste of yours.
Look, can't you wait? What are you following me for?
Well, can't help it, Mr. Kelly. I mean, whenever anyone walks into the kitchen, I follow. I suppose it's a scavenger instinct in me. I think in another life I must have been a ravenous vulture.
I thought that's what you were in this life.
What were you reading? It must have been really interesting.
No, not really, Nudge. Just the Trading Post.
The what? The what?
The Trading Post, it's a weekly newspaper full of ads.
Yeah? There was no pictures in any of them.
Just they're classified ads.
Yeah, Mr. Kelly. You take it. I didn't see a thing.
Nudge, what are you talking about?
I don't want to get involved. I had no idea your father was mixed up in all that stuff.
He's finally OD'd on chocolate cake.
Classified stuff. I've seen it in the spy films. You see, you read it, and sooner or later, a big fat Russian bloke comes around and squirts poisonous gas out of a fountain pen right up your nose, and that's it.
Oh, Nudge, the Russians don't do that anymore. Nowadays, we've got glasnost.
So he squirts it up your glasnost. I'm not taking any chances with that classified stuff.
Nudge, these are classified ads.
I don't want to know.
They've got nothing to do with spies.
You sure?
Yes, they're just classified into different categories, like furniture and kitchen appliances and bathroom fittings. And sports cars.
And what?
Sports cars. Wonder if that coffee's ready yet.
What do you know about sports cars, Dad?
Well, Simon, you may be surprised to hear this, but when I was 20, I had an Austin Healey Sprite, a bug-eye.
I am surprised to hear that.
Oh, there's no sign of it now, is there?
Oh, he must have had it surgically removed.
What surgically removed?
This disease thing you had.
It wasn't a disease. It was a sports car, an Austin Healey Sprite. It was called a bug-eye because it had pop-down headlights that didn't.
Didn't what?
Didn't pop down. They just sat up like frog's eyes. I always had one headlight bulb that used to go out, and people think that I was driving around winking at them.
One in the trader.
Oh, well, I was just thinking if I find one at the right price, I might buy it as an investment.
Well, what would they like to drive?
Oh, Austin Healey's were small, wickedly sexy, and brutally fast.
And what about the bug-eye ones?
They were small.
Were they wickedly sexy and brutally fast?
No, they were cheerfully chubby and painfully slow. But they seemed fast, especially when you were ripping along with your backside only 6 inches off the road.
Were they that low slung?
Well, mine was. Had a great big hole in the floor right underneath the driver's seat. Oh, Betty, you're back from the post office. Everything go all right? You did remember to put all the stamps on the envelopes, didn't you? And this time you did remember to lick the stamps first, didn't you?
Of course I did, Mr. Kelly.
Well, that's all right. Just a minute. Betty, show me your tongue. Betty, you have a stamp stuck to your tongue.
No wonder my coffee tasted all gluey.
Betty, why have you got a stamp stuck to your tongue?
Oh, well.
You weren't perhaps thinking of mailing yourself to some far distant place, were you? If so, go right ahead. I'll even pay extra for you to go express.
No, but think of the bright side, Mr. Kelly. If we ever need an emergency stamp, we've got one.
Oh, yeah, but you dissolved all the glue off it.
Yeah, well, I could always pin it to the envelope or staple it.
Listen, did you remember to get me the latest issue of the Trading Post?
Yes, thanks.
Oh, well, give it here, give it here.
Oh, no, I'm reading it, Mr. Kelly. You know I want to buy a car.
Yes, well, I want to buy a sports car, and you've got work to do. Now, hand it over.
Well, what about you? You got work to do too.
Betty, some of us worked during our lunch hour getting those drawings ready to be copied, didn't we? And some of us didn't, did we?
Didn't we?
No. I name no names, but follow my eyes. Now, get to work.
Are you really going to buy a sports car, Mr. Kelly?
Yeah, they're a really good investment these days. Did I say something to amuse?
Oh, you mean? You're so funny. Just admit it, you want a toy.
Toy? A toy? What are you talking about, woman?
Whenever you men want to buy a toy, you always say, it's a very good investment these days. Stan was just like that when he wanted to buy a slasher and a ripper.
Well, I don't want a slasher and ripper. I want to buy an Austin Healey Bug-Eye Sprite. It'll appreciate 100% in 1 year. If I can find the right one. They're as rare as rocking horse droppings.
Now, that'd be a good investment.
What, rocking horse droppings?
Yeah, well, people say they're really rare, so that must mean everyone wants one, and that'd be much better than a buggy Sprite.
Can you spare a moment, please?
Betty, freeze! If you dare say, Mr. Kelly, your daughter Deborah's here to see you, you will get another stamp on your tongue with my boot. Now, Deb, what can I do for you?
Well, Dad, I just wanted to talk. Privately.
Oh, that's all right, Debbie. You just go right ahead. As your father's private secretary, you can tell me your most private thoughts. My lips are sealed.
Use it for the postage stamp. Come on, Deb. We'll go and have a talk in the living room. Elizabeth has work to do. Now, Deb, sit down. Tell me your problem.
I think I'd rather stand.
All right, stand up and tell me your problem.
Now, Dad, you're not going to yell at me, are you?
Oh, come on, Deb. When have I ever yelled at you?
Are you kidding?
Oh, all right then. Well, maybe once or twice, I might.
Twice, and the rest.
All right then, half a dozen times then.
Half a dozen? Dad, you're always yelling at me. That must suggest the slightest little thing you yell at me. Yelling is your natural level.
I do not yell. I'm not a yeller, all right?
You yell at me.
All right, Deborah, I will not yell. I promise I will not yell. Now, what is the problem?
Well, I don't understand that school. It's not there. I really hate it. Why do you... Well, Dad, do I have to go to that school?
Look, whoa, Jenny, just calm down. What is the trouble?
I can't do the work, Dad. I don't understand it. It's not fair and I hate it.
All right, look, just calm down for a minute, Jenny. What work are you talking about?
This is our social science homework.
Write a précis of the accompanying newspaper article.
What is it, Dad?
Well, it's an editorial from the Financial Review. Who's giving you your social science? Paul Keating? Well, as I see it, Jen, this talks about the potential effect of the two-tier labour agreements on Australia's international credit status. Well, I wouldn't worry about crying about this if you don't understand it. I mean, this is really complex.
Yeah, that's right, Jen. I mean, even I have a little trouble with these things. Well, a lot of trouble, actually.
But that's not the part I'm crying about. I'm crying because I don't understand what a précis is.
Oh, is that all? Well, Jen, a précis is... well, maybe you better explain it to her, Dad. I wouldn't want to usurp your authority.
Jenny, it means that you just write it out in your own words, a precise account.
But I don't understand this other stuff either. Will you help me, Deb?
Well, Jen, I'll try.
Hello, everyone. Is Simon around?
No, she's still at the library.
Oh, what's the matter, Jenny?
Well, Jenny needs a bit of a hand with the homework.
Oh, fine. What do you want to know?
Nudge, I don't
Mr.
think...
Kelly, you might remember that I passed my HSC last year.
Yes, Nudge, but how did you do in 6th class?
Come on, Jenny, I'll help you with your homework.
Okay, Deb. What's the problem?
Well, Dad, it's nothing much.
That's good.
And you promised you wouldn't yell at me.
Okay.
Well, I'd sort of like to drop out of art school, okay?
You want to drop out of art school that you went to when you dropped out of high school. Is that it?
Yeah. Well, aren't you going to say anything?
Am I allowed to yell?
You promised you wouldn't.
All right, then I'm not going to say anything.
Well, Dad, maybe we should discuss this later.
Yes, that would be nice. And then we can discuss why you're so anxious to drop out of art school when you dropped out of high school so you could go to art school.
Yeah. Are you all right, Mr. Kelly?
Betty, why on earth would any sane person ever have children? Answer me that. I mean, there's got to be a reason somewhere.
Well, my mum always used to say that children are the only source of real happiness in the world.
Well, Betty, that was very wise of her. But if they're supposed to make me feel so damn happy, why do I feel so damn miserable?
It's not easy, Nudge.
Oh, no. It's really complicated stuff. These are very complex subjects we're looking at here, Jenny. I'll try it again, shall we?
Okay, one more time. If the unions insist on extra payments above the two-tier agreement, our local goods will cost a lot more and people won't want to buy as many. So then people overseas won't want to invest in Australia. Understand?
Yeah. There's just one bit I don't get.
What bit was that?
The bit after you said, okay, one more time.
Nudge, you're not concentrating.
Well, it's really hard. I mean, we didn't do tricky stuff like this when I was in 6th grade.
Tricky stuff like what?
Oh, Jenny's got to do a precious or something about this.
A précis. I think I know what it means. I'm just having trouble writing it out.
Oh, give me some pen and paper.
I mean, in my day, we did really good stuff in social science.
Yeah, like what?
Well, we did things like projects on bears and stuff. And, you know, you'd cut out a picture of a bear and you'd write things like where bears live and what bears eat and where bears go to... There's really good stuff about bears.
Oh, sounds fascinating, Nudge.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'd rather be doing stuff like that instead of this boring investment stuff.
Here you go, Jen. Copy this out.
Thanks, Simon.
Whoa, just a minute. Copy what out?
I'm just helping with the homework, Dad, that's all.
Yeah, but you can't write it out for her.
Oh, come on, Dad. It's a ridiculous task to set 6th grade kids. I mean, Nudge is right. She should be doing stuff like where bears live.
In caves.
Oh, shut up. As it may, you can't just do a homework for her.
Would you rather she asked you to help her with it?
You're right, we'll let it slip this time. But in future, I want to see you studying stuff about bears, and I'll be able to help you.
Okay, thanks, Daddy.
Right, now, you haven't got any earth-shattering news for me, have you? Haven't decided to become a Buddhist nun or anything?
I take it you've had one of those days.
Oh, no. Jenny's got homework that would stump Max Walsh, and Deborah has decided to drop out of art school. It's just a normal run-of-the-mill day.
Well, how's your hunt for sports cars going, Mr. Kelly? Did you find one?
Not yet, but I'm still looking.
You know, I don't understand the attraction for these little cramped cars. You know, I like a bit of room around me when I'm driving.
You like a bit of room around you when you're parking, too.
Shut up, Nudge.
It's hard to explain, really. I guess it must be the wind in the hair. You don't get that in a Volvo.
Try opening the windows.
Then there's the crisp, crackling note of the exhaust as you double shuffle down, coming into a corner.
What do you do in these cars? Drive them or play cards in them?
No, Nudge. Double shuffling is a technique. Some people call it double clutching.
Oh, that technique. Well, you can definitely do that in the Volvo.
You can?
Yeah. Many a time I've seen Simon going for the old double clutch.
Come on, Jen, I'll look into the bus. Bye,
Bye, Simon. Bye, Jen. And remember, think bears.
Okay, bye, Dad.
Bye.
Hi, Dad. Where are the others?
Oh, they've gone. I got rid of them so you and I could have a few moments together.
Oh.
Yes. Oh. Now, Deborah, what is this nonsense about you wanting to drop out of art school?
Well, Dad, I'm just not good at it. I mean, I've got no more talent for it anymore. It's all gone.
Oh, come on, Deb. Talent doesn't just dry up.
Well, mine has.
But you've always got top marks for your projects and assignments.
Yeah, but not anymore. I've slipped way down.
Oh, really? What's happened?
Well, this new student, Greg Sumner, started this term, and he's brilliant. I mean, he's topping the class all the time now.
Well, where are you coming?
Second.
You've really slipped, haven't you? You've really hit the bottom of the pile.
Dad, it's not funny. I mean, his ideas are so much better than mine. He thinks of much better things. It's so depressing. I mean, he's showing my work up for what it really is.
Look, Deb, art's not supposed to be a competition, you know. It's not like some kind of race.
Yes, but his work is so good. I just wish I could be as good as him.
Well, I'm sure your ideas are just as valid as his.
Oh, I don't think so.
Don't you see? Art doesn't have to be comparative. Each piece exists in its own right.
Yeah, maybe, but
Look,
I still...
just think about it. Don't make any final decisions just yet, okay?
Okay, I'll think about it.
Good. And when you do, you'll realise that you don't have to worry about this boy. Your work has its own intrinsic value.
Yeah, maybe.
Really. Oh, Betty, what are you doing here so early?
Oh, well, it's a new me, remember, Mr. Kelly?
Oh, so it is. Well, come on into the office. The old me has some filing for the new you to do.
Then I will do it for you. Oh, did you talk any further to Deb? I couldn't help overhearing what she said yesterday.
Really? I thought this office was fairly soundproof.
Oh, it is. But if you sort of accidentally put a coffee mug to the wall and you sort of accidentally put your ear to it, you can sort of accidentally hear everything that goes on in the living room.
Sort of. Well, I talked to her. I don't know if it did any good, but I talked to her.
Oh, well, I'm sure what you said was very wise.
Yeah, well, all I know, Betty, is that if you ever get married and have children, try not to have sons or daughters.
Oh, yeah? Oh, well, what should I have?
Oh, no, it must be something else.
Mr. Kelly, you know you love them all.
Yeah, but sometimes I long to return to the simple life. That's what's behind my sudden desire to buy a sports car, you know.
Because?
Well, subconsciously, I want to return to the simple life, to the freedom of my younger days.
Yeah, I suppose older people get to feeling that way. Oh, that reminds me, I saw something.
What? Not an ad for an Austin Healey Sprite? How could I have missed it?
No, it was under MGs. Are they sports cars?
Oh, yeah, but no true Austin Healey man would ever be caught dead in an MG.
Oh, well, I thought you might be interested anyway. See, it says, MG buyers, see this first, Austin Healey Sprite. Bar guy, beautifully restored.
As new condition, fire engine red, phone for a test drive. Oh, Betty, this could be it. Give me that number.
Dad, I think you ought to know I'm not dropping out of art school.
Oh, Deb, that's terrific.
Yeah, I thought about what you said and I rang one of my tutors.
And?
And Dad was right. I don't have to worry about Greg Sumner's work.
See? Your father is all-knowing and all-wise. I always said you were a know-all, Mr. Kelly.
Thank you, Betty, I'm sure. Well, I'm glad you realise his work has no bearing on yours.
Oh, even better than that, Dad. Just found out that Greg's only doing one term with us. Next term, his family's moving to Canberra.
Oh, hi, Debbie. Is Jenny home?
Yeah, she's around somewhere. Well, what's with all the books?
Oh, well, today is the first day of an intensive coaching session for the 6th grade, Debbie.
You're coaching Jenny?
Well, not quite. Jenny's coaching me. I'm going to resit for my 6th grade exams.
And you already passed your HSC.
I know that, and I was pleased with my HSC pass. I've never been happy with my 6th grade mark. I think I could do a good job this time, because this time I've got the right attitude.
Yes, and you'll be 8 or 9 years older than all the other students.
Well, it won't hurt my chances either, will it?
Never again.
Oh, Mr. Kelly, what happened? You didn't crash the bug, did you?
No, I simply drove it.
Oh, what's wrong with your back? And why are you limping?
Well, my back has just come in intimate contact with every pothole within a 5-mile radius. I'd forgotten how hard the suspension is on those things. Oh, I think I've herniated myself.
Oh, poor Dad. Still, you can always buy it as an investment.
It's not funny, Deborah, not one bit.
But, Mr. Kelly, what about the excitement of the wind in your hair?
Yes, well, if I want that, I'll open the windows.
Such a shame. You were so excited about it, too.
True. Well, I'm afraid I'll have to admit my sports car days are finally behind me.
You mean the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak?
No, the spirit is Austin Healey, but the flesh is Volvo. Is a Gary Riley production for the Australian Television Network.
Great meal, Dad.
Yeah, Dad, you really excelled yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree, Mr. Kelly. It was great. What was it?
Now, how can you say in one breath that it was great and then what was it in the next?
Well, it's my taste buds, Mr. Kelly. They're not what they used to be. I think they need a retread.
A retread?
Yeah, they're all worn down. Take a look.
No, taste buds don't wear down.
Well, of course they do, Mr. Kelly. It's a well-known fact. They're like tyres.
Tyres? Are you crazy?
Yeah, well, you know how the faster you drive the car, the more the tyres wear down? Well, the faster you eat, the more your taste buds wear down. Let me tell you, Mr. Kelly, I'm a real Formula 1 eater.
That's right, Dad. They don't call him Turbo Tongue for nothing.
Right, now listen, someone is going to clear that table. And guess what? It's not going to be me.
I'm having coffee.
No, I'll do it.
Oh, fine. Thank you, Simon. All right, what have you done?
What do you mean, what have I done?
What have you lost, dropped, broken, bent, crashed, or forgotten to do? Tick any or all of the above.
Dad, all I've done is volunteer to do something.
That's right, Simon, and when you volunteer to do something, it's always because you've done something, and that second something is always a really bad something. Now, come on, have you done something?
Yeah, I've done something.
I thought so. All right, Simon, I'm ready to listen.
I've applied for a job.
What? Simon, how many times do I have to say this? I have told you time and time again, but do you listen? No, first chance you get, you go out and You what?
I've applied for a job.
Oh, well, why'd you think that'd make me angry with you?
Well, I didn't.
You keep out of this.
Well, I didn't.
Well, that's what I said.
Nudge.
Yes, Mr. Kelly.
Go home. Now, why did you want to get into my good books? Oh, I know. You want to borrow my car for your job?
Dad, all it is a job in a restaurant as a waiter.
It's a drive-in restaurant. You want to practice on my car?
No, it's an ordinary restaurant and he wants to practice on your table.
You see, Dad, you have to be able to clear the table in 15 seconds, and I told him I could, so I have to practice on it.
Yes, well, just remember, all breakages will be paid for by the waiter.
Ah, don't worry, Mr. Kelly. I'm going to be coaching him.
Well, in that case, all breakages will be paid for by the coach.
There'll be no breakages, Dad. I'm getting really good at this. I can now balance 4 plates on each arm.
Yes, well, if those plates fall off your arm, you'll need a plate in your head.
Don't worry, Dad.
Simon's going to balance plates up and down his arm, and he's saying, don't worry. It's like the captain of the Titanic saying, a little bit of ice never hurt anyone.
What's he doing?
Oh, he's going to be a waiter. He's balancing plates up and down his arms.
Simon, balancing? Dad, you can't even juggle one ball.
Yes, I know, but... Simon, how'd you manage that?
Well, Dad, all it takes is a lot of concentration and a lot of strong tape. Isn't it great? All that I got to do is figure out how to do this in the restaurant.
Well, I'll give him top marks for ingenuity.
Sorry, Simon, I didn't know you were coming back.
Now I'm going to give him 10 seconds to get out of town.
Anyone home? Mr. Kelly, I'm sorry. You might as well go ahead and do it.
Do what?
Go ahead and kill me now.
Oh, all right, Nudge. Place Nick here.
Oh, hang on, don't you want a reason?
No, it's all right.
No, I think you ought to know.
Oh, if you must. Come on, tell me, and then I'll get on with killing you.
I broke your doorbell.
Is that all?
Yeah?
Oh, damn it, I can't kill you for that. It was already broken.
No, honestly, I just shut it and it fell to pieces.
Yeah, I know. It's been happening all week. You sure you can't think of another reason why I should kill you?
Well, let's see. No!
Better luck next time.
Where's Betty?
Oh, she's still at lunch. She had some shopping to do.
Oh, what do you want me to do with this?
Might as well put it in the waste paper bin. It's no good to me. I suppose now I'll have to buy a new doorbell.
Just go ahead with what you're doing. Just ignore me.
Nudge, why aren't you at work?
Flexi time, Mr. Kelly.
Do you intend standing here all afternoon?
Oh, no. I've got lots to do.
Stop it.
Stop what?
Whistling.
I'm not whistling.
You were whistling.
Oh, yeah, you sure? Oh, didn't know I was whistling.
Maybe it was the wind blowing through your ears.
That makes it sound like the ocean. It broke it.
I know.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't press so hard.
I know.
Is this all you do all day? Just draw things?
No. Sometimes I do colouring in as well.
I failed colouring in.
Really?
Yeah, kept going outside the lines. That's why I could never be an architect. What's that?
It's a tree. I'm indicating the garden area.
Well, you wouldn't put a tree there. It won't get any sun there.
I am putting a tree there.
Not a tree there.
What was that?
What?
That knocking sound.
I just went, not a tree there.
There it is again.
Yes, because I went...
No, it happened after you did that.
Oh, maybe it was an echo.
Of course it wasn't an echo. There's somebody at the door.
Well, why didn't they ring the doorbell?
Because they're at the door. They're not hiding in the waste paper bin.
Oh, yeah.
Do you hate that when people knock on the door and then run away?
Oh, Mr. Connor, I think the door is broken again.
What?
I think the door is broken again.
Betty, will you get on with your work and stop playing silly games with the front door?
We're back.
Oh, dear, it's Tweedledum and Tweedledopey.
He means us.
Yes. Yeah. And I think I know which one you are.
Mr. Gilly, guess what? We've got the new doorbell. Nudge drove me down to the shops.
Good. Well, if you'll
It's a
excuse
real
me,
beauty,
I'm a
Mr.
little
Kelly.
busy.
Take a look. It's a...
I said I'm a little busy.
Oh, not too busy for this. Look, it's a lot to see.
Oh, all right.
See? It's a radio bell.
A radio bell?
Yes. See, this part with the bell push is actually a radio transmitter.
Yeah, and this one isn't.
It's a receiver.
Oh, have you got one already?
No, I just took a wild stab. Listen, what'd you get this thing for? I wanted a simple doorbell.
But, Mr. Kelly, this is simple. You see, this one we attach to the front door. And this one here, the receiver, we plug that into a power point. She's ready to go. No installation, no unsightly wires. I mean, what could be simpler?
Yeah, we saved you hundreds of dollars in installation costs.
Really?
Yeah.
How much does this thing cost?
Hundreds of dollars. Ready, Nudge?
Ready, Betty. Now press the button, see if it works.
Oh, no. For the first official trial, we got to have an honoured guest. Mr. Gully, it's ready.
Good. I am glad.
Well, no, you got to come in and give it its first official trial.
All right, I may as well. Won't get any work done until I do.
Now, all you got to do is press this.
I know. I have pushed doorbells before. Very nice. Now, if you'll excuse me. Is that it? When is this thing going to finish? Are you two out of your brains?
Oh, what's the matter, Mr. Cullen?
Is that thing going to do that every time somebody pushes the button?
Do what?
Play the first act from Aida. It's ridiculous.
No, it's not.
Of course it is. You and Nudge did it. It has to be ridiculous.
No, I mean, it's not the first act from Aida that goes da 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 da.
Oh, shut up. Look, that thing's going to drive me crazy if it does all that every time somebody pushes the button.
Oh, but we thought you'd be pleased.
How can anybody be pleased with that? It goes on and on and on. It never stops, like Darren Hinch.
It's good and loud.
Betty, a moose breaking wind is good and loud. But that doesn't mean I want to hear it, and I don't want to hear that silly tune either.
Oh, never mind, Mr. Kelly. We can always change it.
Change what?
To change the tune. It's all here on the cassette. We can change it for another noise or another tune.
Yeah. It's going to be a bit hard finding a moose around here, pal.
Oh, Mr. Kelly, what tune would you like?
Try the funeral march, Nudge. You might be needing it.
Let's see, forks on the left. Right about turn. Ah, that's it.
God, are we dining formally? I must dash upstairs and change into the Queen Mother.
Ah, just the person I want to see.
Who, the Queen Mother?
No, anybody. You'll do. Come here.
Oh, it's nice to feel that special family sort of welcome, isn't it?
Oh, come on, Deb. I need something to practice on.
Simon, last time you said that to me, it was in tackling and you knocked one of my front teeth loose.
You're only three. Really?
Yeah, maybe, but I was very embarrassed the next day at the sandpit.
Oh, come on, Deb, please. Give me a hand.
Okay.
Ah,
All right, what's in it for me?
now, anything you like.
Okay, I don't want to go out with Tim Sedgwick on Friday.
Bing! Your wish is granted. You shall not go to the ball.
No, you have to ring him and tell him.
Oh, all right, I'll do it, but he'll never believe I'm you. I mean, I'm far too tall. Please sit here.
The waiter's Bible, what's this?
No, the restaurant gave it to me. It's got all their rules on how to treat customers. I have to practice it because the head waiter's going to test me on it.
Oh, what do you want me to do?
Just behave like a normal customer.
Oh, well, that's easy.
And I shall get Madame the menu.
Not so fast, Fumblefingers. Haul it back here on the double. What kind of a dump is this? I've been sitting here for the last 15 minutes and no one's come near me. Who have you to sit and get a drink around here? Get me a drink right now.
What on earth are you doing?
Oh, I'm just behaving like a normal customer. Customers behaved like that when I was waitressing.
Debbie, you were waitressing in a dump of a cafe. I mean, this is a highly sophisticated restaurant. Now, shut up or I'll break your face.
Very sophisticated.
Yes, and I shall get Madame the wine.
Yes, and fetch me an ashtray while you're at it.
Oh, come on, Debbie, don't be crazy.
It's crazy. I like a smoke with my wine.
What do you think Dad'll say?
What do you think that'll say about what? Deborah, what do you call that?
Most people call them cigarettes, Dad.
Don't be a smart mouth. Since when do you smoke?
Oh, come on, Dad. It's no big deal, okay?
It is not okay, and it is a big deal. I will not have these things in my house.
Dad, come on. Everyone's smoking these days.
Not you, not here, not in this house.
Dad, you're going to have to accept the fact that I'm not a child anymore.
All right, I accept that. So why are you behaving like one? All right, look, I can't follow you around everywhere and stop you from smoking, but I can here. This house is a no-smoking zone.
Oh, honestly, Dad, I think you're making a big deal out of nothing. Come back when you've calmed down a little.
How long has this been going on?
Oh, for a couple of weeks.
Well, Simon, you should have told me.
What, gob on her?
Simon,
Dad?
don't you dad me, Simon.
Well, don't you Simon me, Dad. I'm not Debbie's keeper. It's her decision to smoke.
So you approve of it?
No, I think it's stupid. But she won't stop until she thinks it's stupid.
Well, I tell you what, she is not smoking in this house.
Fine!
You mean you agree?
Of course I do!
Well, why are we yelling at each other?
I don't know! What on earth is that?
It's the front doorbell.
That is the front doorbell?
Hang on, that's only the first act.
How long does this go on for? Now?
Wait. We have to go through the encore.
Or should we throw out flowers?
Now, quick, before I push the button.
Hi, Mr. Kelly. Hi, Sam. What do you think? What do you think?
It defies description.
Nudge, didn't I tell you to change that cassette?
Oh, but I thought you'd get used to it by now.
How can anybody get used to that?
Oh,
Why'd you get it anyway?
I was on special.
See? The people who made it don't even want it. Now, change the cassette.
All right. What do you want it to sound like?
I want it to sound like there's somebody at the front door, not like a symphony orchestra.
You're running a bit late this morning, aren't you, Dad?
Yes, I slept in. Deb around anywhere?
No, she got going good and early.
I wanted to talk to her.
I think she realised that. Do you get the impression she's trying to avoid you just a little?
Distinctly. Well, she can run, but she can't hide forever. Sooner or later, she's going to have to talk to me about this smoking nonsense.
Well, good luck. I mean, I tried to talk her out of it, but it didn't do much good.
Yes, I can't understand why Debbie would start smoking, you know? She's always been so sensible.
A lot of girls smoke these days.
True, but it's not like Deborah to follow the crowd. She's always had a mind of her own.
A stubborn one.
Yeah, true.
You know, Dad, that's part of the problem. Now that Debbie's decided that it's the in thing to smoke, it's going to be hard to talk her out of it.
I think you're right, but I'm going to have to try.
Oh, hi, Mr. Kelly. Hi, Simon.
Hi, Nudge.
Nudge, have you fixed that doorbell yet?
Yep, got it all here, Mr. Kelly. Re-recorded it last night.
What's on it?
Oh, it's great. Oh, you're gonna love it, Mr. Kelly.
It's not Julie Andrews singing The Hills Are Alive with the Sound of Music.
That's what you said.
You mean you actually found a moose with tummy rumbles?
Oh, you said you wanted it to sound like someone was at the door, right?
That's what a doorbell's supposed to do, yes.
Well, that's what you got. I'll just go put this in the receiver section.
What the devil was that?
That's the new doorbell, isn't it great?
Nudge, will you turn that thing off?
No, it won't stop till the door's open, Mr. Kelly. That's the beauty of it.
Well, open the door, you numbskull!
Okay, but just a moment. There's someone at the door! Isn't it great? I think I must have been born to do this.
You might have been born to do it, but you'll die if you don't stop it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Kelly, but I couldn't find my keys, and when I pressed the doorbell, somebody started shouting at me.
It was Nudge.
Was it? I'm sure it was a doorbell. I think I have to go and sit down for a bit till my brain stops echoing.
It's a good idea, Betty. You do that. Oh, Gerald, could you come here, please?
I don't think I want to do that, Mr. Kelly.
It's all right. I just want to talk to you about this wonderful new doorbell.
You're not going to beat me or strangle me or hit me or anything, are you, Mr. Kelly?
No. Nothing could be farther from my mind.
Well, all right then.
Gotcha! Dad, you promised no strangling, hitting or beating!
Did I?
Yes, you promised!
What about gouging or biting. I didn't specifically mention them, did I?
I think it was implicit.
Oh, all right.
I'm sorry, Mr. Kelly, but I tried my best. I thought you'd be pleased with that one.
Nudge. All I want is something normal for my front doorbell. Get it? No voices, no sirens, no singing, just something that tells me that somebody's at the door!
All right, okay. I promise I'll get it right this time.
Good! Now, go!
Dad, I'm very proud of you. You showed great restraint then.
Thank you, Simon. Darn it.
Well, what's up?
I could have poisoned him. I never promised anything about that. Where are you off to?
Just going outside.
Why?
Dad, you said I can't smoke in here, so I'm going outside, all right?
Look, Deborah, I think it's about time we discuss this.
Dad, there's nothing to discuss. I want to smoke, so I'm going to
Sit
go out.
down. Simon, could you leave us alone, please?
Certainly, Dad.
Okay, why smoking?
I don't know, why not?
Heart disease, lung disease, circulation problems, emphysema. How many why nots do you want?
Come on, Dad. Those sort of things only happen to heavy smokers. I'm only smoking a couple a day.
Really? Why is that?
Oh, because I'm...
You weren't going to say because I can't stand the taste by any chance?
Of course not. Look, Dad, I'm only smoking a couple a day. There's no danger in that.
Well, nobody starts with a 4-pack-a-day habit. Now is the time to stop, before you get hooked.
You used to smoke.
That's right, I
Well,
did.
there you go, then.
Well, that's how I know what I'm talking about. Nobody told me how bad they were. I started smoking when I was 19 and I was going to give up after a couple of years.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to do.
Deborah, I was 35 when I finally managed to stop smoking. I only did it because I wanted to be here for your 21st birthday.
Dad, don't talk like that.
Well, it would be nice if you were here for it too.
Dad, I'm not going to die because I'm smoking a couple of cigarettes. Don't worry about it.
I can't get through to you on this, can I? I mean, we just cannot find any common ground at all, can we?
Dad, don't worry about it. I'll be all right.
How's it going? Is Smokey the Bear still with us?
Simon, don't you start.
Let it go, Simon.
Okay, Dad. I didn't think Debbie would believe you if you discussed the long-term effects. But have you discussed the immediate ones?
What immediate effects?
Well, I heard this anti-smoking commercial that pointed out how you never actually see people with cigarettes in their mouths in those glossy magazines and posters.
Yeah, that's right now, think about it. Why is that?
Because it looks so ugly. And even the cigarette makers know that. So that's why I took these.
What are they?
Shots of you smoking. When you didn't know you're being photographed and you couldn't pose. That's my favourite. See how your eyes are all crinkled up because of the smoke? Oh, that's another good one. Look how your mouth's all pursed and sour.
Simon, why did you take these horrible shots of me? You made me look ugly.
No, I didn't, Deb. You did that. I just took the photographs. Well, what do you know? She left her cigarettes behind.
Nice work, Simon.
Oh, Dad, all it took is a little genius and, well, I got lots of that.
Mr. Kelly, this time I've got it. This one you're going to love. Load this up, Simon.
All right, Nudge, what have you done this time?
No music, no funny sounds, no voices. This sounds like there's someone at the door.
You mean you've actually given me a doorbell?
Even better, listen to this. Isn't it great?
He's invented a doorbell that doesn't go ding-dong, it goes knock-knock.
It's awesome, isn't it?
Now can I poison him?
I'll just go and get the weed killer.
The show is recorded in front of a live audience. Hey Dad is a Gary Riley production for the Australian Television Network.
just a minute. Oh, what a stupid doorbell. Only Nudge could invent a doorbell that goes knock, knock. God, I hate it when you leave your keys at home, Simon. I hope this is only a dream.
Hello, Mr. Kelly.
Oh, God, it's a nightmare.
Thank goodness you're home. I was worried that I might get you up.
Well, you haven't, Betty. I'm still half asleep.
Oh, I'm sorry it's so late, but I...
Wait, it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm sorry I'm so early.
It's,
But...
you're not early, you're late.
Well, we should make up your mind, Mr. Kelly.
I would if I knew what I was talking about.
Well, when are you so early that you're late?
Betty.
I mean, it's 3 o'clock now, and you say that that's late, but if I were to come in here at 7 o'clock in the morning, you'd say I was early.
Betty.
Well, it's amazing, isn't it? You can be so late that you're early, but you can never be so early that you're late.
Well, you're wrong there, Betty. You're just about to become late.
Am I?
Yes, the late Betty Wilson.
Oh.
Now, Betty, this may be a stupid question, but what are you doing here so early at this late hour?
Oh, well, you told me if there was ever an emergency that I could come right over.
An emergency? Betty, what's happened?
I wet my bed.
You what?
Well, I didn't actually, but the neighbours upstairs did.
Your neighbours?
Well, their dog.
How did their dog wet your bed? Oh, God, do I really want to know that?
Oh, he chewed through the rubber hose.
I knew I didn't want to know that.
See, he got bored while they were out for the night, so he chewed through the rubber hose in the washing machine, and the tap was still on.
Oh, right, and the water leaked through their floor into your ceiling.
Yeah, and dripped down and wet my bed. And the plaster cracked, and the electricity went off, and it was just awful. And I didn't want to disturb you, but I didn't have anywhere else to go.
Well, that's all right, Betty. You did the right thing. I'll get you a pillow and some blankets. And tomorrow, I'll call the electrician and see if he can fix the damage.
Oh, that's really kind of you, Mr. Kelly.
Oh, it's no problem, Betty. You know, if anything like this ever happens, you can ring us straight away.
Oh, no, I'd never do that, Mr. Kelly.
Why not?
Well, it's not polite to ring people this late at night. You might wake everyone up.
Say good night, Betty.
Good night, Betty.
Look, Betty, you really don't have to go to all this trouble.
No trouble, Simon. I just thought that as my way of saying thank you, I'd cook you all a nice old-fashioned country breakfast.
But Betty...
No, Deborah. You just got to look after that cold of yours. And besides, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, especially for young growing bodies like yours.
Betty, I'm nearly 18. I think I've stopped growing.
At your height, I wouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Shut up.
So, what's on the menu, Betty?
Fried eggs and bacon.
Gee, that doesn't sound so bad.
And sausages and chops.
There goes lunch.
Steak, lamb's fry, raw tomatoes, baked beans, scrambled eggs and toast.
Oh, Betty, that's ridiculous. No one could eat all that.
Hi, everyone. Well, you better throw a couple more chops on.
Oh, smells great, Betty. I'm starving.
How can you smell it? She hasn't even started cooking it yet.
Oh, how didn't you know, Debbie? I have a psychic nose.
A what?
A psychic nose. I have foresmell. It's like foresight. But instead of seeing things before they happen, I smell things before they cook.
Oh, come on.
No, it's true, Simon. There's a lot of things in the universe that defy description.
Yeah, Nudge is one of them.
Now, mock me if you will, Simon, but nobody's nose knows like the Nudge knows.
No?
No.
Oh, give it a rest. It's not your nose, it's your ears.
Do you smell with your ears?
No. He can hear our fridge door open from his place. Dad tried it one morning.
Yeah, nudge you right before the little light in the fridge could come on properly.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So it really does go off when you close the door.
Wow, what a breakfast. Now I've got the energy to face all those other important things I've got to do today.
No, what important things?
Oh, you know, lunch and dinner. So, Simon, what are we going to be doing tonight?
Sorry, mate, I'm going out with Julie tonight.
Julie, the policewoman?
Yeah.
Well, the one that arrested you at the uni demonstration.
That's her.
Oh, you can't go out with her.
Why not?
Well, it's not natural. A human and a policeman. What will your friends say?
I don't care. She's a nice person, and it's not the uniform. It's what's underneath that counts.
Oh, God, you're disgusting sometimes, Simon.
I didn't mean it like that. I'm just trying to do what Dad's always told us.
Well, what's that?
Stay on the right side of the law.
Oh, thanks Thanks, Mr. Kelly, for helping me clean my flat.
Well, Betty, it didn't take very long, and with any luck, the electrician will be finished by this afternoon, and by tonight you'll be snuggled up all warm and cosy in your own little bed.
Yeah, well, I don't know. The mattress is still a little bit wet.
All right, snuggled up all warm and soggy in your own little bed.
Pat, wasn't it lucky that I didn't have the electric blanket on last night? Otherwise, I could have finished up as steam secretary.
Yeah, that would have made you a dim simpleton. Whoa, just a minute, miss. What are you running for?
My life, let me go, Dad. What?
Look, hang on a minute, Deb.
Yeah, leave me alone. Me? Yeah, take out someone your own size.
You are my size.
Don't blame me because you're a pygmy.
Jenny.
Right, that's it.
Look, just break it up, you two. Now, listen, what's going on here?
It was her fault.
Jenny, I was talking to your sister.
You always ask her first.
Jenny. Now, Deborah, what's going on?
Dad, she's been in my room again. She's left my clothes all over the place and makeup everywhere. It's a mess.
I'm allowed to.
You are not.
Yes, I am. Dad said so.
What?
Dad!
I did not.
Yes, you did.
I did not. I said you could if you asked Deborah first and if you cleaned up afterwards.
Well, Debbie wasn't here and I was bored.
Well, that's no excuse. Now, I want you to apologise to your sister.
Yeah, Dad, make her clean it up.
All right, I'm sorry.
Right, now, go and clean up the mess.
But, Dad...
Go.
I'll make sure that she does, Mr. Kelly.
Thank you, Betty.
Dad, you're not going to let Jenny get away with that, are you?
What do you mean? She's going to clean it up?
Oh, come on. If Simon or I had done that when we were her age, I know what you would have done.
What's that?
Remember Wally?
Wally?
Wally the wooden spoon. And remember what you always used to say?
There, that.
Yeah, if you behave yourself on the slack side, you get Wally on the backside.
I always thought that was rather good.
Oh, come on, Dad. It'll teach you a lesson.
Oh, look, I don't know if I can do that to Jenny.
Why not? You did it to us, and look how we turned out.
Okay, you've convinced me.
Good.
I definitely couldn't do it to Jenny. Oh, no, I only filled it yesterday.
You called Mr. Kelly?
Right. You human cockroach, I want an explanation.
Oh, well, I'll do my best. You see, the birds and the bees flip from flower to flower.
Not an explanation about that. An explanation about what happened to all my food.
Oh, Betty cooked it.
And?
She put it on a plate.
And?
I ate it.
I thought so.
Well, I would have gone off otherwise.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, Nudge, you're about to go off.
Off where?
Off a very tall building with a concrete parachute.
Mr. Kelly, I was just trying to make Betty feel at home.
At home?
Yeah, think about it. Wouldn't it be good if she moved in here?
Oh, good. What would be so good about it?
Well, it'd be nice to have someone around this place who's not so mean with the food.
Nudge, have you heard of a doner kebab?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. You're just about to become a doner kebab donor.
Oh, Mr. Kelly, stop it. You're going to upset Daryl.
Daryl? Who Daryl?
Oh, my plant Daryl. I brought him over here to meet you.
Meet me?
Yeah, he gets bored by himself all day.
Nudge, they put icing on your head, you would make a perfect fruitcake.
Mr. Kelly, I've told you that if you talk to plants, they grow better.
Look, we've done all that before. I've tried it. Doesn't work.
Yeah, that's because you didn't believe. Plants can detect insincerity.
Oh, how do you know?
Because I can understand how they feel.
Rubbish.
It's not rubbish. You just have to learn to think like a plant.
Well, that shouldn't be too difficult for you. You've got the brains of a beetroot.
Just try it. I sometimes even think he wants to talk back to me.
Rubbish.
Look, just try it. Look, I'll leave Daryl with you and give you a chance to get acquainted.
Well, Daryl is a pretty boy then. Not talking, eh? Come on, don't be shy. Coochie, coochie, coo. Say hello to your Uncle Martin. Oh, tell you what, let's play O'Grady Says. O'Grady says, leaves on head. O'Grady says, leaves on shoulders. Leaves down. Ah, gotcha, didn't say O'Grady says. Okay, Daryl, what do you want to be when you grow up?
A windbreak.
It would. Oh, Betty, I knew that was you. I knew that wasn't the plant talking.
Oh, of course you did.
Yeah, Betty, and I want you to know that this isn't what it looks like.
Of course not. Well, what did you think it looked like, Mr. Kelly?
A grown man making an idiot of himself.
Oh, never mind. I used to talk to plants all the time, too.
Why doesn't that make me feel any better?
Well, when I was a little girl in Walgett, I used to go out and talk to Dad's crops all the time.
Oh, Betty.
I watched them being planted and then I watched them grow up and they were just like friends to me.
Really?
Yeah, except it was really awful at harvest time.
Why?
Well, seeing the combine harvester going through the paddocks, cutting everything down, used to make me really upset.
I can imagine. I mean, what can you say at a time like that?
Duck!
Okay, now this is the office. Ah, and over here is where Mr. Kelly draws his houses. Yeah, they're sort of like big pots for people to grow in. Oh, and over here is the filing cabinet. Yeah, it's full of paper, which is stuff made out of... Well, we won't go into that, will we? This is Betty's intercom. This is where she says things like, "Excuse me, Mr. Kelly, but your good friend Daryl is here to see you."
Nudge, what are you doing?
Oh, it's you, Simon.
What's the matter?
Nothing?
Oh, come on, Nudge, I can tell when you're upset.
How?
Because you start talking to plants.
Do not. Don't listen to him, Daryl.
Nudge, you can't expect to do everything together. Some things I have to do alone.
Yeah?
Well, with Julie, anyway.
Well, as a matter of fact, Daryl and I have got a big night planned. Promised to read him Wind in the Willows.
Nudge, you can't hang around with a plan.
Why not? At least he's my friend.
Well, why don't I ring Julie and see if we can arrange a double date with one of her friends on the force?
No, thanks, Simon.
Why not?
Because whenever you arrange that sort of thing, I always end up with a dog.
Julie wouldn't do that to you.
No? Well, with my luck, I'll probably end up with a police dog.
Look, she's been talking a lot about a new constable at the station named Vivian.
Vivian? What's she like?
Well, I don't know, I haven't met her.
Oh, I'm not sure, Simon.
What's the problem? You've never been fussy before.
Oh, thanks. No, it's Daryl. I just don't want to let him down.
Oh, hi, Simon Nudge. Have you seen Mr. Kelly?
Oh, I think he's still at the supermarket, Betty.
Betty, you wouldn't be doing anything tonight, would you?
No, but I'd love to. Where are we going?
Not us, Betty, Nudge and me.
Oh.
We were wondering if you could look after Daryl for us tonight.
Oh, were we?
Daryl? Oh, of course I will.
Great.
I'm not sure, Simon. He gets a bit funny around strangers.
Don't worry, Nudge. He can spend the night talking to Spike.
Who's Spike?
He's my prickly pear plant. He's been really lonely since his sister died.
Oh, what was her name?
Barb.
Nudge, let's face it. If you don't go out with Vivian tonight, your love life's going to end up like Spike.
What do you mean?
Cactus.
Oh, could somebody get that, please? Hello, could one of you get the phone, please? Don't rush, I'll get it. Hello, Martin Kelly. Oh, hi, Jeanette, how are you going? Oh, tonight? No, I'm free. Oh, dinner would be lovely. Okay, see you about 8. Bye. Oh, Deb, Jeanette just invited me to dinner. I need a favour.
Oh, sure, Dad.
Could you babysit Jenny for me?
Dad, Jenny doesn't need a babysitter. She needs a warder.
Oh, come on. She's only a little kid.
Yeah, but she's a pain in the neck, Dad. I mean, the last thing I need at the moment is a night with Jenny.
Deborah, she's your little sister.
Well, you can't blame me for that. Besides, Tiffany and I have got tickets to a concert tonight. You'll have to ask Simon.
Oh, thank you, Deborah. Simon. Oh, Simon, I was wondering...
Sorry, Dad.
What, sorry, Dad?
Nudge and I are going out tonight.
I haven't even asked you yet.
Well...
Oh, you told them.
Me?
Oh, look, can't anyone stay home and look after Jenny tonight?
No.
Oh, look, I've got
Dad, I told you she's my bad books.
Simon.
Dad, I'd love to mind her for you.
Thank you, Simon.
Some other time.
Thank you, Simon.
Well, I got a date with Julie tonight.
How about you, Gerald?
Oh, sorry, Mr. Kelly. I'm going along as an official observer.
Right. That's it. I hate you all, and you are not my children anymore.
Good.
Fine, then.
Well, I'm all ready to go.
Yeah, well, just hang on a minute, Betty. I've got to call Jeanette and cancel my date for the night.
Oh, why?
Because none of my ungrateful brood will stay home and mind Jenny tonight.
Well, I could.
What?
Oh, I could stay over and look after Jenny. I mean, I'm already babysitting Daryl, so one more won't make any difference.
Oh, Betty, that's wonderful of you. I'll make it up to you somehow.
Can I have a company car?
No. Oh, Jenny.
What have I done now?
Nothing. I just want to inform you that Betty will be babysitting you tonight.
Why?
Because everyone else is going out.
Yeah, but I'm old enough to stay home on my own.
No, you're not. You're only 11 years old.
Well, that's not my fault. Anyway, where are you going?
Oh, I'm just going out with Jeanette.
Ooh, better put a fresh battery in your pacemaker.
And what is that supposed to mean?
Well, it can be a bit of a strain at your age.
We're just going out to dinner.
Oh, yeah?
That's what Simon calls it, too.
Calls what?
How should I know? I'm only 11.
Exactly. And if you want to make it to 12, I suggest you tread very carefully.
Look, all I'm saying, Dad, is if you're planning to make a move on Jeanette, I wouldn't waste any time.
Why's that?
Well, at your age, might forget the next move.
Right, that's it. Go to your room. You're grounded for a week.
Grounded? You always think it's funny funny when Debbie says things like that.
She's 17. You're not. Go to your room.
Boy, Betty, don't be a kid in this house. There's no future in it. Oh, no. Oh, Daryl, don't look. Oh, that's horrible. Oh,
I'm in him home.
Mr. Kelly, don't do that. You scared me out of my wits.
Don't be silly, Betty. Somebody did that years ago.
Oh, boy, am I glad you're home. Daryl and I were just watching a really scary movie.
Really? What was it called?
The Day of the Triffids. It's all about these giant plants that take over the world.
And you got frightened by all the bloodshed.
Yeah, and Daryl got frightened by all the sap shed.
Right.
Well, how did your date go with Jeanette?
Oh, it was great. It was a very pleasant evening.
Yeah, you should do it more often.
What, today's restaurant prices? You've got to be kidding. I don't know how Jeanette can afford it. So, listen, how was Jenny tonight?
Oh, not much better, I'm afraid. Well, I don't think that grounding's going to work.
Oh, look, what am I supposed to do? She's getting too old to be smacked.
Well, I don't think you're looking at it the right way.
What do you mean?
Well, maybe she's behaving like this because of Simon and Debbie and Nudge.
I don't follow you.
Well, you got to look at it from Jenny's angle, see? I mean, Simon is witty and intelligent, and Debbie is bright and very clever, and Nudge is...
Hear a lot.
Yeah, and see, she wants to be just like them and say all the sorts of things that they say. And half the time, she probably doesn't even know what she's saying. See, so I don't think it works to ground her.
No, Betty, she deserves to be punished.
Yeah, of course she does, but grounding's a teenage punishment, see? I mean, the best way to punish a little girl who's trying to behave like a big girl is to punish the little girl.
You know what, Betty?
What, Mr. Kelly?
I think you've hit on the answer. Good thinking.
Oh, in that case, now can I have a company car?
I'll think about it. No.
No, I'm sorry, Kylie. I won't be able to come with you. No, Dad's grounded me. That's right, grounded. Oh, yes, well, he's always doing that with me and Simon and Debbie. Oh, well, you know how they get as you get older.
This is a telecom recording. The number you have dialed is up to her eyeballs in it. Goodbye.
Dad, I was talking to Kylie.
Kylie? Kylie who?
Kylie O'Donnell.
Oh, that's a relief. Right, sit down. I want to discuss your punishment.
We already have. I'm grounded, remember?
Not anymore. I'm lifting your grounding.
But you can't do that.
Yes, I can. It's one of the good things about being a parent. Might well be the only good thing.
But I've already told everyone I'm...
Yes?
Nothing.
Okay, so you're not grounded. But, as punishment for the way you've been behaving, I'm confiscating your Barbies for a few weeks.
My Barbies, all of them.
Yes, every last vapid-faced one.
Get that for murder in this state.
Well, they ought to try it. It'd be a great deterrent. Now, go get them.
But it's not fair. I didn't do anything that bad.
Go. This is ridiculous. I've had a moral victory over an 11-year-old, and I'm delighted about it.
Look, Nudge, I really had no idea.
No idea about what?
Oh, my blind date, Vivian.
Why? What did she look like?
Go on, mate. Tell them all about it. Go on.
Tall, blonde, good-looking, with a beard.
She had a beard?
No, he had a beard. It was a Vivian Richards type Vivian, who was a bloke.
Oh, nice one, Simon.
Well, when Julie said she had a friend on the force named Vivian, I just assumed it was a girl. Just didn't assume they were that friendly.
What do you mean?
Oh, Julie spent the whole night dancing with him.
Foiled by the long arm of the law.
Yeah, I still reckon we should have used my idea to make her jealous.
Nudge, me dancing with you would not have made her jealous. Nauseous, perhaps, but not jealous.
Here are the rest of my Barbies, Dad.
The rest of them? How many of these do you have?
Lots.
I'll say lots. You've got enough here to start a small settlement in Central America. Who brought you all these?
You did.
Oh, God, no wonder I'm poor. Who's this?
It's Karate Barbie. I'd be careful. She's got a pretty short fuse.
Oh. And who's this splendidly dressed specimen?
That's Ita Barbie.
Ita Barbie? What does she do?
She writes a magazine for the dolls who weren't bought yesterday.
I had no idea she had so many. They must get up in that cupboard and breed. Just like coat hangers.
But hey, by the way, I noticed there's one missing. Where's Ken?
Ken is not a Barbie, Dad. Only said my Barbies. He didn't say Ken.
Oh, look, leave him be. I mean, with all this secret Barbie breeding that's been going on, he could do with the rest.
I'll be off now, Mr. Kelly. And thanks again for everything.
Oh, no, Betty, thank you for all your help with Jenny. I don't know what I would have done without you.
Really? Oh, what are you going to do when I go?
Well, I'll
Maybe I
manage.
should stay and move in for a while.
Betty.
I mean, it's not as if I'll be here all the time or anything.
What do you mean?
Well, I'll be at work every day.
You work here.
Do I?
Sort of.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, just imagine how much money I'd save in bus fares.
Betty.
Oh, no, maybe it's not such a good idea after all.
It's not? No, of course it's not.
No, well, if I moved in, then one of you'd have to move out.
Yes, and I've got a fair idea who that someone would be.
Yeah.
Beep, beep. Oh, Betty, I think that's your taxi.
Oh, I didn't hear anything.
Beep, beep. Oh, there it goes again, you know. They don't like to be kept waiting.
Oh, well, I just want to thank you again, Mr. Kelly.
Oh,
for
that's
all you've done.
quite all right, Betty.
And if you ever need any help with Jenny...
Yes, I know. I'll call you straight away.
Look, maybe I should move in just for a little while.
No, it's okay, Betty. Everything's under control.
Oh, well, Mr. Kelly, you made me feel just so much at home.
Yes, well, Betty, my home is your home. You're always welcome here. Drop by any time. The door will always be open to you. Now get out.
The show's recorded in front of a live audience. Hey Dad, it's a Gary Riley production for the Australian Television Network.